Hello, 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 everyone. Hello, hello. Welcome to today. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I am so excited to be here. This is always my greatest pleasure. Oh, I'm so happy to be here. Let me know who is here. Let me know who is tuning in. And today we are talking all about happiness. Happiness. As I say happiness, I can feel my inner child, my inner little girl just jumping up and down, and I'm imagining her in a yellow jumpsuit right now. I don't know if I actually ever had a yellow jumpsuit, but that's the image I'm getting of my inner child right now, jumping in a yellow jumpsuit. So welcome everyone. I'm so beyond grateful to be here. If this is your first time with me, let me know. My name is Jenna Rose Giannetti. I am a love leader, a love coach, a love mentor. Love. I have many titles, from heartbreak healing coach to love leader to inner child, working with inner child, and so much more. I do a lot, but the majority of what I do is bringing people back to the state of unconditional love. I have a true purpose and a true passion on this planet to bring unconditional love back to this world. I believe, I know at every core of my being that love is our natural state of being, that we are born into this world in love, and it's only through our life experience that we started to learn hate and all of these fearful feelings that took us away from the love that we are. And thank you, Beth. You are love. You are love. You are love too. Hold on, give me 1 minute. My chair was on my dress. Okay. Oh, well, thank you everyone for joining today. I'm feeling good. I am just getting over a little bit of a cold. I had a little bit of a cold, so I'm healing from that. So if you hear me sniffling, it's normal. It's part of the process. So let's see who's here, everyone. Hello, Martin. Hello, Dawn. Hello, Beth. So today we are talking about happiness, creating happiness. And I'm really excited to talk about this because I'm going to tell you why. I feel that our society has a flawed definition of what happiness is and what happiness means and how to be happy. And yesterday when I was meditating, I was reminded of something from my childhood that I will share a little bit later. About happiness and creating happiness. And so today I want to talk about it. So before we dive in, I want to hear from you guys. Please communicate with me. Please talk to me. Don't leave me hanging. I want you guys to tell me, how do you define happiness? Not Google's, not society, but honestly, openly, raw, authentically, what does it mean to be happy? What does happiness mean to you? How do you define happiness? Put it in the chat. I'm extremely curious how people actually define happiness. So this is how it's going to work today. I'm going to, in a couple seconds here, I'm going to drop us into a opening, real quick meditation to bring us into community, to bring us into connection. I am then going to do the talk today on cultivating happiness. And then I will open it up to a question and answer. Please talk to me. Please communicate with me. This is not a one-way street. Even though I can't hear you, I still know how to read. And I want to read your comments. I want to hear from you. When I'm giving the talk, I'm going to just blaze through. And then we will go through the discussion after. That way I don't get too distracted. Because one of my shadow aspects is I get distracted. I honor it. I accept it. I know it. We're going to prevent it. And then we will go into a meditation. So in the meantime, as you come in, please let me know in the chat, how do you define happiness? What does happiness mean to you? So let's close down our eyes, everyone, just for a moment. And let's anchor in the togetherness. Let's anchor in the community and the connection that we are. So I'm going to ask you to just breathe in and breathe out. And just close down your eyes for just a moment. And just start to feel this connection to who you are, who you've always been. Breathing in through your nose. And breathing out through your mouth. Breathing in. And breathing out. And start to feel this energy of happiness. You can place one hand on your heart or on your belly. And just breathe into, what does happiness mean to you? How do you define happy? And breathe into this. And breathe out. And as you breathe into this state of happiness, start to visualize everyone here gathered in a circle of love, a circle of light. You can imagine us all holding hands, creating this unity of higher consciousness, this unity of higher love. And just for a moment, I want you to imagine, what does happiness look like to you? Maybe this has a color, a shape, a texture. Just imagine that. Maybe it's yellow or pink, white. And I want you to start to imagine this color, this shape, this texture. And start to anchor it into your body, seeing this color, this shape, this texture, moving down through the crown of your head to the soles of your feet, filling you up with this happiness. Continuing to breathe. And on the next inhale, breathing into your own state of happiness. And on the exhale, breathing out happiness to everyone that's here. Sending prayers of happiness. Sending wishes of happiness. Intentions of happiness. And feel this connection that we're cultivating together. This community we are cultivating together. Knowing that no one outside of us can make us happy. But the vibration of the unity of all can bring us and increase our own state of happiness that we cultivate within ourselves. So breathe this in and breathe this out. And then just gently set your intention for the day. And when you're ready, coming back into this space. Coming back into love. Coming back into unity. Beautiful, guys. So welcome, welcome, welcome. So again, let me know in the chat, how do you define happiness? What does happiness mean to you? What does it mean to you? I'm curious. Beth, what does it mean to you? Eileen, hello. And what does it mean to you? Eva Bog, what does it mean to you? So I believe, I'm going to take a sip of coffee first. Coffee is happiness for me. Cold coffee. Happiness is when I'm able to receive and give love freely, feeling joy in my life and around me. Yes. Okay, Eva, free from all pain and suffering. Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. So please feel free to agree or disagree with me. Take what resonates, throw away what doesn't. If something doesn't feel right, throw it away. I'm only your reflection. But I feel that as a society, our definition of happiness has always been this state of constant joy, this state of constant excitement, this constant feeling of this warm sensation of excitement in our body, excitement in our mind, excitement, this like never ending like excitement. Unachievable states of happiness, yeah. And for me, and again, take what resonates, throw away what doesn't. But for me, happiness is something that is meaningful and valued. Happiness is life satisfaction and positive emotions. And when I say positive emotions, I'm going to say that every single emotion that you feel is positive. That our society as a whole has said and labeled happiness is positive and sadness is negative and joy is positive and anger is negative. And I'm here to tell you that every single emotion that you feel, whether it's sadness, anger, frustration, guilt, pain, whatever the feeling is, can be a positive feeling. Because our emotions and our feelings are, think about them as little spirit guides. What my client asked me yesterday, he said, oh, this is so beautiful, I have to share this. He said, I often feel like my emotions have power over me and I feel powerless to my emotions. Does anyone else feel that way? And this is what I said to him, and I think it's so good. I said, think about your emotions as little spirit guides. Think about your emotions as just guides that are bringing you into higher states of consciousness, that are bringing you into deeper awareness of what you want and what you don't want. See your emotions, every single emotion, as just a spirit guide, as just another guide that is guiding you towards something, away from something. When you are sad and when you're angry, you know what you don't want. And so you know more clearly what you do want. And so it brings you into more alignment of your purpose, your desires, your intentions. So every single emotion is positive because it brings us deeper clarity on who we are and what we are. And so bringing this into the idea of happiness, you can be sad, you can be angry, you can be frustrated, and you can still be happy with your life. Just because it's raining outside does not mean that it's no longer Wednesday. Just because it's thundering outside does not mean that it's no longer summertime. Just because we have some kind of nature happen outside of us, it doesn't stop us from what is actually around us. So I'm giving this example of rain and thunder, but let me bring it into perspective. Just because we have a moment of sadness, or we have a moment of anger, or we have a moment of frustration, or we have a moment of guilt, or we have a moment of disempowerment, that doesn't mean that your whole life is unhappy. That doesn't mean that you don't have a purpose-filled life. That doesn't mean that you don't have value in your life. That doesn't mean that you don't have life satisfaction. And again, how I define happiness is a meaningful, valuable, satisfying life experience. And sometimes you need to cry. Sometimes you need to feel angry. And sometimes it feels really, really good to have a good cry. Who knows what I'm talking about? When you have that really good cry and it feels like you literally just got refreshed and renewed, right? Or sometimes you get really angry and then you come back and you're like, ooh, I feel better now because I released the anger. It's energy that you're moving out of your body. And so starting with this idea of redefining happiness as happiness is a meaningful, valued, filled life. So let's start there. So the truth is, some people search for happiness, while others, they create it. And I want you to really think about that. I want you to be completely open and honest. All of you is welcome here. There's no wrong answers. But are you someone who searches for happiness? Or are you someone that creates it? Are you someone that searches for someone to make you happy, or the money to make you happy, or the health to make you happy? Or are you someone that says, I feel pretty shitty right now. My body feels really shitty and, this isn't going to have power over me. I'm still going to be happy. I'm still going to go for a walk. I'm still going to enjoy the nature. Which one are you? And so, I told you I was going to share a little bit of a story. So yesterday, I was meditating and I had this live schedule and I didn't yet know what I was going to talk about. And I remembered that when I was 17, I was going through one of the toughest times of my life. One of the toughest times. My mom and both my sister were in jail together because apparently one of them being in jail wasn't enough. I came from a pretty rocky upbringing, if you can't tell. And I had my first love. I had my first heartbreak. Not my first heartbreak, but my first love had cheated on me at 17. And as a teenager, that was devastating. And he left me for his first love. And because of all this chaos that was going on with my mom and my sister and this boyfriend of mine as a teenager, I moved to Florida from Michigan. I was from Michigan. And I moved to Florida to live with my dad. And it was my senior year of high school, and I had to redo all of my credits, and I had to retake classes, and I had to take online classes. This is before I even knew that online classes existed. And I had to double up on everything. And I had to leave all of my friends and family aside. And I remember this feeling of looking for happiness in anything, in anyone. I remember this feeling of feeling just so defeated. I was in therapy. My grandma put me in therapy because obviously with all that going on, I needed therapy. And I remember that I received a package. And when I opened this package, it was a package from my aunt that had a little sign. It was a little yellow sign that said, some people search for happiness while other people create it. And it had a little note that said something along the lines of, Jen, I saw this sign and it just made me think of you. You, even as a little girl, were someone who didn't wait for the world to give you a reason to be happy. You created it. And that moment, it created this ripple effect that I didn't even realize. That sign became the mantra for my life. Some people search for happiness, while others create it. It became this mantra for my whole life existence that I wasn't going to wait for the world to give me, a reason to be happy. I wasn't, using this example that I just gave, I wasn't going to wait for my mom and my sister to get out of jail to make me happy. I wasn't going to wait for me to find a love that wouldn't cheat on me to make me happy. I wasn't going to wait for happiness. I was going to create it. Because nothing and no one could make me happy. Back then, I could have the perfect family and a mom and a sister and everyone in one happy, healthy household and the most loving partner of my life. And I could still be absolutely miserable. And how many of you guys know someone, or maybe you are that someone, there's no judgment, well, they have everything. They have the money, they have the great partner, they have the great health, they travel the world. From the outside, they look like they have everything that you would ever need to make them happy. Yet they're absolutely miserable. Who knows someone like that? The world will always give you a reason to not be happy. Let's be honest, look at all of this disaster, the war and the poverty and the lack of health and the lack of care. There's always going to be a reason for us not to be happy. There's always going to be something that's going to bring us into devastation. The news is always going to give us a reason to feel less than good. But the truth is, our happiness is not dependent on anything outside of us. The news does not get to decide our happiness. We can feel empathy. We can feel compassion. We can feel deep amounts of sadness for the state of the world. We can feel that, and we can still be happy with our life. The amount of money in your bank account does not get to decide your happiness. Your partner does not get to decide your happiness. Your body does not get to decide your happiness. You decide it. You create it. You cultivate it. Because nothing, your partner can't make you happy. The $1 million can't make you happy. The perfect body can't make you happy. All of these things can only bring you happiness in a moment. And it can, let's be honest. Who goes out with, a group of friends and you laugh and you play and they lift you up and they bring you love and they bring you excitement? Yeah, people can make you happy for a moment. But it's never going to bring longevity of happiness if you don't first cultivate it within you. You have to wake up every single morning, if you choose, and say, I am going to be happy today. I am going to feel purpose-filled today. I'm going to live an intentional life today. I'm going to provide value to this world today. No matter how much the news tells me that there's devastation, no matter what amount is in my bank account, no matter what person bothers me and upsets me and brings me down, I'm going to be happy no matter what, because nothing and no one outside of me can take my happiness, because my happiness is my happiness. My love is my love. My joy is my joy. My peace is my peace. You cannot take my peace. I'm going to be peaceful. I get to decide that. You get to choose. It's a choice that you make. Happiness has to come from you. You have to choose it. You have to choose that even when you are crying your eyes out, so sad that you feel that sadness to the core of your being, you feel it, you experience it. And you say, even in the midst of this sadness that I feel, I'm still happy, because as we defined before, happiness is meaningful, valuable, satisfactory life experience. Does this resonate? Yeah, Beth, we create our own happiness. The people I know who are seeking happiness are the most unhappy. Yeah. Our natural state of being is happiness. It's our natural state of being. And we learned from others how to hate ourselves and how to be unhappy. Love is our natural state of being. Self-love is our natural state of being. And we learn from others not to love ourselves, not to care for ourselves, how to hate. We didn't come into this world hating. We didn't come into this world and feel. We didn't come into this world miserable. We came into this world as the void. And so here are some ways that you can cultivate happiness. First is self-acceptance. Accept yourself. Accept where you're at. The truth is, if you're swimming and you're fighting the current, you're just going to keep getting pushed back. You're just going to the waves are going to keep pushing you. If you're in quicksand and you're fighting the quicksand, you're going to get pulled under. So the first way to cultivate happiness, to create happiness, is to just accept where you're at. You might not know why you're at where you're at. You might not know why that horrible thing happened. But accept it, because want to know what? You, as you are right now, you may not know why you're experiencing what you're experiencing. But give it 10 years, give it 5 years, give it a year. You're going to be able to look back at that version of yourself and say, I know why that had to play out like that. I know why that happened now. We're viewing our life from the singularity point of view, and we have to come out of it and see it from a bigger lens. I can honestly say, when I was 19 years old, or let's go back to the example that I gave at the beginning of my childhood. At the time, I didn't know why all of that devastation was happening to me. But now, 20 years later, I can say, oh, I know why all of that had to happen. Because all of that devastation led me to this moment where I'm helping you guys to cultivate and create happiness for yourself. Without all of that misery and that pain, I wouldn't be inspiring and empowering you guys to find happiness. All of that had to happen so that I can be the great coach and teacher and leader that I think I am. Maybe I am, maybe I'm not, it doesn't matter. I think I am. It all happens for a reason, so accept it. And self-acceptance does not mean that you're going to be here forever. It means that I'm accepting this is where I'm at in this moment, and I'm going to swim and try to get somewhere else tomorrow. Does that help? Next, I want to ask you guys a question. This came to me in meditation this morning. Are you a sailboat, or are you a motorboat? Let's have a silly question real quick. I want you guys to tell me. Are you a sailboat, or are you a motorboat? I know that seems like it's completely off the rails, but let's bring some fun into this. Are you a sailboat, or are you a motorboat? Put in the chat. A sailboat. Okay, cool. A sailboat. You know, I would have said I was a sailboat too, Beth. And this silly analogy came to me when I was meditating. Sailboat. My grandpa had a sailboat when I was a kid. So now let me phrase that differently. Do you allow the winds of the world to steal your ship, to steal your life, to decide your happiness, to decide your destiny? Or are you a motorboat that chooses your direction and your speed that you want to go, and you decide where your happiness is going to be, where your destiny is going to be? Yeah. So the truth is, I came to this analogy, this brilliant thought when I was in meditating state. This is why I love meditation, where I'm like, I'm a motorboat. I'm going to steal my ship. I'm going to decide my speed. I'm going to choose my destination. The world is not going to choose my destination. The world is not going to choose my happiness. The world is not going to stray me off my course. I said that. And then I came back again and I started journaling this brilliant idea that I just came up with. And I realized that it's a balance. We want to be both the sailboat and the motorboat. Hello, Jackie. We want to be both. We want to be able to surrender into the sailboat to guide us. Surrender in spirit, the universe, what we can't see, our future selves that have the full picture to steer us, to steer our wind. And we also want to be the motorboat that can then choose our destination and our speed that we're going. Yes, a sailboat with a good motor. Brilliant, Beth. You are brilliant. So, have the balance. Balance between allowing life to guide you, allowing God, we're going to say God, even though it's a fire word, universe, source to guide you, and realizing that you are God, and you also have the hands and the feet and the body to steer yourself. So within, so below. Next, be authentic and unapologetically you. So many of us are allowing other people, yay! My kitty cat reminds me of happiness too. So be authentic and be unapologetically you. So many of us are choosing our happiness based off of what other people think of us and how other people feel about us. But you know what? Be you. Be authentic. And when you accept yourself and all of your authenticity, then you can better accept the world and their authenticity. And then when you accept the world for their authenticity, then the world will accept you. Yeah. Good, Jackie. I'm so glad. And if you missed the beginning, this will go on YouTube after the live. So you can watch the beginning. So next, be grateful. Gratitude, 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 gratitude. What are you grateful for? Put it in the chat. What are you grateful for? Everything, 9 things can be going wrong in your life. But there's always one thing to be grateful for. And I truly believe to the core of my being that happiness is really just being grateful. It's just being grateful for where you're at. You might not have the $1 million yet, but you know what? You're never going to have the $1 million if you're not yet grateful for the $1,000 that you have. You might not have the dream partner, but you're never going to have the dream partner if you're not grateful for the partner friends that you have, the good girlfriends that you have, the buddies that you have, the family that you have. You're never going to have the perfect body if you aren't first grateful for this body that you have, this beautiful heart that's beating in your chest, these beautiful lungs that are giving you breath. Come back to gratitude. Gratitude is happiness. That's really the secret. Next, live an intentional and purpose-filled driven life. The truth is you can't get anywhere if you don't know where you want to go. Otherwise, you're going to be lost. You're going to be that sailboat with a good motor without any direction of where you're going to go. Be intentional. Be purposeful. And I promise you, okay, one of my core values on this planet is to bring back magic. To bring magic to this planet. I'm actually going to show you. I have a board right here. And I have my core values on my board. These are my core values. This is what I hope that everyone can see in me and my business and what I do. Unconditional love, spirituality, authenticity, sensuality, magic, freedom, and communication. So going back to the magic, one of my core values on this life is to bring back the knowing that this is a magical world. And we never actually have to do anything. Spirit is going to show us where we go. So put out the intention, the purpose that you want, and the world is going to bring you what you need, what you want. Today, I'll give you an example. Today, I was feeling a little bit of lack of belonging. And I was like, where do I belong? And I wrote down my intention for today was belonging, to find proof of my belonging. And then I came on Insight Timer to prepare for this, and I saw that they have a 7-day challenge on Insight Timer called Finding Your Belonging or something like that. And I was like, oh my gosh, that was the magic. I didn't need to search for belonging. I didn't need to search for the answer. The answer came to me. I put my intention out for my life. I put my intention for the day was belonging, and it came to me. That's happiness. That's happiness. Happiness is an illusion. All of life is an illusion, Ava. It's all an illusion. But want to know what? It's a show that we're putting on. And we get to decide what movie are we going to watch. Are we going to watch the comedy? Are we going to watch the drama? Are we going to watch the scary movie? Are we going to watch the thriller? Are we going to watch the action? We get to choose what channel we're going to program ourselves to. So happiness, it's a program. Sadness is a program. And the truth is, it's found in the momentum. Momentum is what gets us. If you're in this season of momentum of sadness, you're going to continue to be sad. If you want the momentum of happiness, you need to start small by finding one little thing that brings you happiness. Like my purring cat. When you locate my purring cat brings me happiness, then the universe is going to bring you another thing that makes you happy. Like, ooh, chocolate chip cookies make me happy. Ooh, yeah, that makes me happy. Ooh, and a hot fudge sundae? Yeah, that makes me happy. Ooh, and going for a good run, that makes me happy. Ooh, and my friend Jill, oh, she brings me happiness. And you create this momentum of happiness. Again, happiness is not only being in this constant, consistent, always filled joy state. It's having purpose. It's having meaningful experiences. It's having value. It's having life satisfaction. And hello, Prue. And next, the last thing is take your power back. Take your power back. The sadness, the anger, the frustration, the grief, the guilt. That person, the money, your health, the environment, the news. It does not get to decide to have power over you. You are a powerful being. You are the creator of your reality. You get to hold the power of your life. And no one and nothing in your life gets to have power over you. Whether this is a person, an emotion, a sensation, an environment. You hold the power. And you get to take back your power. And whenever you're feeling powerless, I want you to literally take your hands and bring the power back into your gut. Bring it back. I choose my happiness. I create my happiness. I'm taking my power back. You, as my partner, are not going to take the power and decide what's going to be my happiness. Take your power back. From powerless to powerful. You are a powerful, 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 beautiful being. And you get to choose. You get to create it all. So my question is, what do you want to create? What do you want to create? And some days you might just need to be sad. Some days you just need a good cry. Some days you just need to express your anger. And you can be in that, but don't live in it. Don't live in it. So, I would love to ask you to put in the chat How did this help you today? What did you learn today? What was your breakthroughs that you had today? Let me know in the chat. It helps me. And also let me know what questions you have. And then I'm going to lead us into a meditation. So the questions I want you to answer in the chat is, what did you learn today? What was the most helpful? What action steps are you going to take after today? What breakthroughs did you have? Put it in the chat. And if it wasn't helpful at all, then let me know that wasn't helpful either. Now, what questions do you have? So are you going to search for happiness? Or are you going to create happiness? I'd rather be a person that creates happiness. Don't wait for the world to give you a reason to be happy, because the truth is, the world is always going to give you a reason not to be happy. And the world is always going to give you a reason to be happy. And what it is honestly just our perspective. It's your perspective. You get to choose what you see. You get to choose how you see it. I create my own happiness. Yes, you do. So my homework for all of you guys is I want you to make a list of first define for yourself, what does happiness mean to you? And recognize that happiness is personal. What you define as happiness may be completely different than what I define as happiness. Before you can achieve anything, you have to first define it. What does happiness mean? What if you want the dream partner? What does the dream partner look like? If you want the dream money, how much is the dream money? If you want the perfect health, what is the perfect health? Before you can achieve anything, you need to first define it. You have to first know what it is. And then look for proof in your life of where you already have that. Because the truth is, whatever you want, this is a secret. You're ready for the secret. Whatever you want, you already have it. It's about switching your perspective. What if I told you that you already have the love of your life? You already have the millions. You already have the perfect health. And I can prove it to you. You already have the love of your life because you are the love of your life. And you need to key into it. Your cat is the love of your life. Your friends are the love of your life. Change your perspective. You already have the millions because there's millions of leaves, if you can see out my window. Billions probably of leaves on the trees and grass blades and flowers. And if you can perceive it, then you can have it. You already have the perfect health because your heart is beating in your chest and your lungs are breathing and your organs are moving. You already have what you want. So find proof of what it is that you want, being generic, being general. And it is my promise that when you focus on the millions of leaves outside, and you focus on the millions of glass glades outside, and you focus on the millions of atoms and molecules and cells and germs and whatever that there is, and you see that there is millions surrounding you, that's going to bring you the actual millions of dollars because you're already finding proof of the millions. When you are literally seeing that you already have the love of your life because you are the love and your cat's the love and the outside and the trees are the love of your life, then you will bring the man into your life. That will be the love of your life. Does this resonate? Does this help? So, I'm done talking. What questions do you have? And then I'll talk again. And then I'll lead us into a meditation. You are beautiful. And wherever you're at, I want to remind you of that. if you're not yet following me and you enjoyed today and today was helpful, please make sure to follow me for all of my up-to-date meditations and lives and workshops and courses. I go live Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch me on here. I also do one-on-one coaching. I currently have 2 coaching memberships available. So if you resonate with all that I'm talking about and all that I do, and you would love for me to serve you and empower you and help you in your healing journey to cultivate more unconditional love within your being and to connect deeper to spirit, check out the link in my description or just go to jennarosegenetti.com. You can also follow me on any social media platform, Jenna Rose Genetti. Everything's my name. If you ever need to find me, just look up my name, know my name. And today has been my absolute privilege to serve you guys, to help you, to empower you. There's nowhere else I'd rather be than right here with all of you. So thank you. And if you guys got great value out of this and this was worth all of your time and your energy that you guys put into the last 46 minutes, feel free to leave a donation of value and worth. All of the donations now go directly 100% to our teachers. So Insight Timer no longer takes a cut. So that's very grateful. Yes, absolutely. And Rosemary, if you go, so all of these lives go on my YouTube channel. So if you missed the beginning, give me within probably 20 minutes when we get off this live, I'm going to upload this onto YouTube, and then you will be able to watch the whole thing through. Again, YouTube is Jenna Rose Genetti. So any of my lives, if you ever miss them, they all go on YouTube. Oh, you're asking me to do a little summary. Yes. So, a summary of what we talked about today is that you create your happiness. So many people are searching for their happiness, but happiness is not something that you find. It's something that you create. You create your happiness by finding things in your life that bring you joy. The way in which I define happiness is not always this constant joyful state. It's not this constant ecstasy, but it is a meaningful, valued, satisfactory life. It's the momentum of feeling value in your life. It's the momentum of having meaning in your life. You can be in sadness and you can be in anger in a moment and still have a happy filled life. Because happiness is just contentment. It's just being satisfied. So you create it. You create your life. You create how to be happy. And the ways in which you can create happiness is 1, self-acceptance. Find the acceptance within yourself to recognize that you are where you are right now and that you're not going to be here forever. Don't fight the tide. If you keep swimming, the tide's just gonna, the water bottle is just gonna fall. If you fight the happiness, if you fight it and you try to force happiness, you're just gonna knock everything over and make a disaster out of your life. Just accept it. Just accept, you know what, and I didn't mention this before. You know how you find happiness? You accept that you're angry. You accept that you're frustrated. You accept that life is not how you want it to be. The minute that you accept something is the minute that you can move past it. You can't get anywhere without first accepting where you're at. If you live in Florida and you want to get to California, you can't get to California without first knowing that you live in Florida. Accept where you're at, have self-acceptance, and move from there. Be authentically and unapologetically you. And move through your life as this is who I am. And be authentic. When you're authentic and unapologetic in you, then you can better accept other people's authenticity and other people for who they are. And then when you accept other people for who they are, they will accept you for who you are. Decide that I gave the analogy of, are you a sailboat or are you a motorboat? And meaning that, are you someone that allows the winds of life to direct and guide you on your destiny and your happiness and your love? Do you allow the winds of life, the current of life, to decide your happiness? Or are you a motorboat that then takes direction and has your destiny planned out and decides and creates where your happiness is going to be? For me, I think happiness is in the balance. It's in the balance of allowing life to guide us with the winds, but it's also to have the motor to then direct ourselves where we want to go. Okay? Have gratitude. Be grateful for where you're at. See the gratitude. Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. If there's only one thing that you can take away on how to cultivate happiness, it's by being grateful for where you're at. Just be grateful for all the things around you and recognize that you are extremely fortunate to be on this planet. This is the hardest planet to be on, and only the most advanced souls in the world got to come here to this earth. You are an advanced soul. Have gratitude for that. It's a hard planet, but you're doing fucking fantastic. Excuse my language if there's any children around. But I mean the passion in that word. You're doing fantastic. And then live an intentional and purpose-filled life. Be intentional. Intend where you want to go. Have purpose. Have a mission. Have a vision. You can't get anywhere without having a purpose, without having an intention of where you want to go. My intention for this life, my intention for my life, my intention for my business is my mission to bring unconditional love to this planet. That's my mission. That's my intention. That's my purpose. It's my North Star. My North Star is love, spirit, home. In every single moment, I'm asking myself, is this love? Is this connection to spirit? Is this the feeling of home? In my lives with you, I'm asking myself, does this feel loved? Do all 40 of you guys, and you tell me, do you feel loved? Yes or no? If you feel loved, then I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. If you don't feel loved, then I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. Do I help bring you closer to your spirit, to your soul? Do I help you to feel home within yourself? Do I help you to feel that home of belonging? That's my intention and purpose for my life. Know where you want to go, and I promise that you will cultivate more happiness. Because when you know where you want to go, then you can go and you can feel happy. And then lastly, summarizing, is take your power back. Decide that nothing and no one outside of you gets to tell you who you are, what you are, gets to take your happiness. You get to decide your happiness. You get to decide what makes you happy. You get to decide what brings you joy. Take your power back. You are a powerful being. You came here because you are a creator. Be a creator. Summarize in one sentence. Don't search for happiness. Create it. Thank you. Mic drop. Beautiful, 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 everyone. All right, so let's see some love. Let's see some hearts. And I'm going to lead us into a short happiness meditation. So thank you guys again for joining. And I love you being on my live, Martin. All right, let's get started. And again, let me know what the insight for today was for you guys. And I'm going to start the music. Meow. Can you hear the music? I can't hear the music playing. Oh, it's shut off. That's why. Let's try this again. All right, here we go. Can you guys hear the music? Hello, beautiful souls, and welcome to today's happiness meditation. In today's meditation, I'm going to help you to cultivate and create happiness within your own state of being. Because happiness is not something that we can find outside of us. Happiness is not something that we can find in a partner or our money or our health, but it's a state of being. Happiness is a state of being, and it is your natural state of being. You came into this planet in the natural state of being of happiness. And you allowed the world, you allowed people, you allowed the environment to have power over you to decide your happiness. And today's meditation, we take our power back. We create our own happiness from the inside out. For when we create happiness within ourselves, we will then manifest and see happiness outside of ourselves. And it will be a constant cycle of happiness within, happiness without, happiness within, happiness without. So when you are ready, let's cultivate and create happiness by closing down your eyes and take a deep breath in through your nose. Take a deep breath out through your mouth. Letting go of any tension. Taking another deep breath in. Taking another deep breath out. Allowing everything to just fall away. Feeling a sense of peace. Feeling a state of happiness. Breathe into the breath. And breathe out. And start to set your intention for this meditation to create and to cultivate happiness. Breathing it in and breathing out. You can start to call upon any of your guides, your angels, your ancestors, your future self, your past self. Whatever guides that you would like to call upon to bring you into a deeper state of happiness. Breathing in and breathing out. I want you to bring into your mind's eye, into this moment, something in your life that is preventing you from living a happy, filled life. Allow yourself to be raw, to be open, to be honest, and to be vulnerable with yourself. Where in your life are you unhappy? Take off the makeup. Get naked with yourself Where in your life are you unhappy? Where in your life are you not satisfied? Where in your life are you not living a satisfactory experience? See it, feel it, experience it. And recognize now that the reason in which you are not happy is because of the expectation of where you think you should be. Your happiness equals your expectation of where you think you should be. What if you decided that where you're at right now is enough, is okay? What if the amount of money in your bank account was enough? What if the partner that you have was enough? What if the state of your body was enough? What if you let go of the expectation that you should be anywhere else than where you are at right now? What if you accepted that where you're at right now is where you are supposed to be at right now? What if you didn't need to change the current right now and you let go and just accepted, I am where I'm at, and that's okay? Knowing that when it's time to move, it will change. You will change. Have gratitude for where you're at. By recognizing you may not be where you want to be, but you're better than where you used to be. Appreciate the growth that you have now, the wisdom that you have now. Have gratitude for the places in your life where you are satisfied, where you are happy. Have gratitude. And from this place of self-acceptance and gratitude, make an intention to get to the place that you want to get to without the expectation that you need to get there to be happy. Choose to be happy now. While setting the intention of where you want to go. Living in intention and living in purpose. And visualizing once more where in your life you feel unsatisfied, where in your life you feel unhappy. And ask yourself, does this have power over me? The answer is yes. This thing, this person, this environment, this emotion does not get to hold the power over your happiness. The partner does not get to decide your happiness. Your health does not get to decide your happiness. The money in your bank account does not get to decide your happiness. You can be where you're at and still be happy. So visualizing this now, I want you to imagine taking your power back. Seeing this image, having your happiness, holding your happiness, and take your power back. Grabbing your happiness from outside of them and bringing it into your gut. Bringing it into your solar plexus. Taking your power back. Taking your happiness back. Visualizing your happiness as a color or a shape. And take as long as you need to visualize your happiness coming back to you. And now, finishing up, taking your power back. And focus now on an area in your life where you feel completely happy, completely satisfied. And fill up your whole being with this feeling of happiness, this feeling of satisfaction. And start to transmute this feeling of happiness, this feeling of satisfaction in the one area of your life, and transmute this feeling of happiness, this feeling of satisfaction into every area of your life, into the vessel that you just took your power back from. Creating your happiness now. Creating your happiness. Creating being satisfied. Having value. Having purpose. And feel this happiness pouring down over you. Filling up your mind, the crown of your head, your face, your throat, your shoulders, your arms, your hands, your heart, your chest, your back, your belly, your pelvis, your legs, your feet. Radiating this energy of happiness and grounding it into the floor underneath you. Start to feel your feet on the ground, grounding this happiness into the foundation of your stability, your security, into the earth, into every step that you take, allowing every step that you take to be a step of greater happiness. Breathing this in and breathing out, starting to come back to your body, feeling this new state of being, knowing that happiness is created by you, that happiness is not a joy-filled feeling of constant excitement, but happiness means being satisfied. It means having purpose, living a valued, purpose-filled life. Breathe this in and breathe this out, wiggling your fingers and your toes, coming back into this space, more complete, more fulfilled, and greater happiness. Notice what you can see. Notice what you can feel. Notice what you can taste. Notice what you can hear. Notice that you are the happiness that is your natural state of being. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me today in this beautiful happiness meditation. It is my greatest happiness to help you to cultivate and create happiness within your being. Please let me know in the comments below what you felt, what you experienced, what changes happened within your being in this meditation. I am Jenna Rose Janetti. If you're not yet following me, please make sure to do so that you get all of my up-to-date meditation, courses, lives, and much more. I love you. I see you. I appreciate you. Placing your hands in front of your heart and bowing down with me. Namaste. Have a happy filled day. All right, everyone. So we are back. Let me know how that was for you. Let me know your thoughts and feedback. All feedback is good feedback. It all helps me to better help and serve all of you guys. So thank you guys so much for joining today. I'm so extremely grateful for you guys. I'm so grateful that you guys are here and that you allowed me to guide you. Please, if there's any meditations that you guys desire, any live topics that you desire, any courses that you desire, please let me know. And you can also feel free to join my group here on Insight Timer. It's called Jenna Rose Janetti Love Lights. No, that's not the name. I always say the wrong name because I changed it. Wait a second. What is the name of my group? Higher Love Jenna Rose Janetti. It's called Higher Love Jenna Rose Janetti. If you guys need anything, feel free to reach out. The replay of this will be found on YouTube after, so you can find me on YouTube. All right, guys, let's close down our eyes, close down the circle one last time. Take a deep breath in. Take a deep breath out. And just see all 48 people that gathered here today in unity to create happiness. Thank everyone for showing up. Breathe this in. Breathe this out. And bowing down with me. Namaste. I love you guys. I will see you on Friday. Message me if you need anything. Bye, guys.